News AM Northwest live with Helen Raptors, Ken Ackerman, and Karina Allen. Now, here are Helen and Ken.
Well, we can't all be super parents, and even though we work hard at raising our kids, we do make mistakes along the way. That's just life.
However, according to our first guest, there are some mistakes that are more common than others. Please welcome the author of Family Rules, Matt Johnson. Good to have you with us.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Thank you.
Good to meet you. Matt, we are so lucky. We have Emmy Award-winning actors. They're going to help us act out some scenarios here. And by the way, I gave you those Emmys. They're not official or anything. But we're going to go through some scenarios. We're going to go through an acronym you have called FAMILY. So let's start with one of the scenarios. First, throwing a tantrum as a parent, you say, big mistake.
Parental temper tantrums, definitely not a good way to raise the kids.
All right, let's take a look at our enactment here.
Where have you been?
I was at Sarah's, and we were watching a movie, and I lost track of the time.
Do you not have a cell phone? Was there not a phone at Sarah's? Do you know how long I have been awake here? Your father's upstairs asleep, but here I am. This is ridiculous. It's a fragrant... You're disrespecting our rules. You're disrespecting our home. I cannot believe this. I hope you haven't made any plans for the next 6 months because you're busted.
Ooh,
you are grounded.
Ooh.
All right.
So she threw a tantrum. She's out of control.
Yes, she was. And 6 months is a tad bit harsh for that kind of consequence. And it's natural and understandable that a parent would get angry. We all get angry.
Right.
But to lose it like that with your kid and to go on and then hammer them with a harsh consequence is not the way you want to parent. You want to parent with a list of rules that are predetermined so the child knows it. You want to have predetermined consequences and predetermined rewards. And so it keeps things simple for everybody and helps the child to know what the parameters of acceptable behavior are so they know how to comply.
So when the daughter came home late, mom had stayed awake. Dad clearly doesn't care because he's asleep.
Or he has to go to work the next morning.
Oh, you never know. So mom should have said, you know the rules, and you're grounded for whatever they've determined before.
What the predetermined consequences
But staying
were.
calm is key.
Staying calm is very key. And I'm cutting straight to the point. And by the way, some parents do a very wonderful idea, which is they set the alarm clock for the time that the child is due, put it on the dresser by the door, and if the child comes home on time and opens the parent's bedroom door, turns it off, and it doesn't go off, then they know the kid made it home on time.
Oh, that's a good
idea. But if the alarm goes off, then they know, hey, they're not home.
Kid's not home.
And other things are going to go up. Okay.
Exactly.
Let's take a look at our next enactment, and this is about inconsistency.
Okay.
Mom, can I watch TV?
You know the rule, no TV on school nights. You have homework.
I'll get it done, please.
No, you know the rule, no TV on school nights.
Please?
Well, just this once, just a little.
All right, Doc.
And you know, you have cute little kids asking you with those little puppy dog eyes. Sometimes you just change
Please,
things.
can I please?
Melinda's a cutie. but the problem with Luann as a parent in giving in to Melinda's cute little puppy dog eyes is that she'll continue to use that with mom as she grows older. And when you give in to those puppy dog eyes, when you're inconsistent with the limits and the standards that you're setting for your children, you're setting yourself up for undermining your own parental authority, and the kids will continue to think that the lines that you're drawing on the road for them can be moved.
Yeah.
And then they're going to push you and grab every inch that they can take.
I would imagine consistency between parents as well is key. I mean, you go to mom, she says no, you go to dad, he says yes. Probably not the best.
Definitely. Most parents, when they parent, they fly by the seat of their pants because they don't have a program of order and structure to implement in the home. So every decision they're making is greatly influenced by mood and energy level.
Oh, right.
And so then they end up, because of mood and energy level, one night saying, no, you can't do this, forget it. The next night, okay,
Right.
ha ha ha.
Right.
And so it just sets them up for failure.
Let's take a look at our third scenario, and this one is something Luann's pretty good at, talking too much.
Come on.
Come on, Luann.
Your teacher called. You've been disrupting class again today.
She's overreacting. I just told a joke.
That is unacceptable. You have no respect. You have no appreciation for your education. We have talked and talked and talked about having good manners. You have no appreciation for the sacrifice the taxpayers have made so you can learn world history. I've studied world history. There's nothing funny about it. We are not telling jokes in class anymore. I don't want to get any more of these kind of calls. Where do you think you're going to get a job? Barnum and Bailey? I don't think so. No more. When your dad and I went to school, we had good manners.
Hello. All right, Luann, thank you.
You know,
Luann deserves an Emmy.
she does.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but you know, very good, Luann. There's a tendency, I think, and I've seen this with my friends, for women to talk way too much and just keep going on, and this loses some respect there from the children.
Yeah, most parents don't realize that their children are 8.5ers. 7 out of every 10 kids that take an IQ test score in the average range, below average, average, high average. That leaves 3 kids left. You take one of those kids and cut them in half, don't try that at home, and then you put 1.5 kids out at the front end of the bell curve we all learned about in school. That's 8.5 kids that get it, because those kids are in the superior, very superior range. Then you have the other 1.5 that struggle with getting it or they don't get it. So, you know, parents, your kids are 8.5ers, and they understand, so keep it simple. All they have to do is just tell them what they want to say in 1 or 2 sentences, 1 or 2 paragraphs at the most, and then let the kid make their choice and be prepared with a system of order and structure with rewards and consequences to deal with their child's choices.
I would imagine that would work, except for Luann's family. So anyway, you have a family plan, and it's an acronym, family. So let's start with F. What does F stand for?
F stands for Fashionalista Rules for the Family. Everywhere you go on the planet, everything's written down. Policies, procedures, rules, laws, treaties, even in the bathroom for the guest here at the studio about what you can or can't flush down the toilet. Don't flush elephants down the toilet. So anyway, you got to have a list of rules, and most rules are floating around inside Dad's head and inside Mom's head. So what I require parents to do is take the rules out of your head, put it down on paper, and no rule can go down on the paper unless you're both in agreement.
Good, good.
Is it add good habits?
A is for add good habit cards. When a child breaks a rule or a parent breaks a rule, that's a bad habit. So with this program, they have an opportunity to learn 1 or more good habits to replace the bad habits with. So they're called good habit cards. And this parent system does target the entire family, not just the children. So it forces mom and dad to walk the talk, practice what they preach, do as we say and as we do, not do as we say, not as we do.
All right, so M in family, mix in responsibility.
Via household chores. So everyone's going to have a list of daily chores with an inspection time. A lot of parents make the mistake of putting a daily chore like feed and water Rover, and that's it. No inspection time. So it's nagging and lecturing all night long, have you fed and watered Rover, where if you put in inspection time, and if little Billy gets it done on time, then yay. But if not, then he's got to feed the dog and he gets the card.
Does he get a reward?
He will get a reward. At the end of the day, if they follow the rules and they get their chores done on time, they get a daily token. If they don't, then they don't get a daily token. They also have an opportunity to earn RAK chips, R-A-K, Random Acts of Kindness chips.
And you said, so the I would be institute a list of rewards.
Institute a list of rewards, yes.
And the L would be love and encourage your children daily?
Love and encourage your children daily. It's important to love your kids. You can never tell them too many times you love them. Hug them, kiss them, play with them, let them kick your rear in PlayStation 2 or Xbox. Doesn't matter if you know how the buttons work. What matters is you're investing time in their world doing what they want to do, and that's where the RAK chips come in as well, Random Acts of Kindness chips.
And the Y?
The Y, youth residential treatment if needed, and or any other creative form of teeth. One of the things we lack here today, and it's been lacking for the last 30, 40 years because of changes in laws and through the courts, is teeth. And we have effectively bound the hands of parents and put them in a state of parental paralysis. So we need to reinstill reverent fear of authority. And 95% of the kids that do this program never get sent away because they're 8.5ers, they get it, and they don't go away.
You speak around the nation. You actually have a talk lecture coming up here at Estacada Elementary on Saturday, February 19th. And we want to encourage people to go to our website. We'll have a link to your website and information on how they can sign up for the lecture. And also, you're giving everyone in our audience gets a copy of your book, Family Rules. So thank you very much. Very impressive. Good stuff here.
All right, Matthew Johnson, thank you very much.